Welcome back. We begin with the strike in the oil and gas sector. The federal government is currently meeting with the leadership of the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, at the conference room of the Ministry of Labor and Employment. The meeting is on the instance of the Minister of Labor and Employment, Mohamed Meigari Dingyadi, over the recent strike embarked upon by NUPENG. Although the meeting was scheduled for 10 a.m., the NUPENG delegation arrived at 5:05 p.m. Present at the meeting are the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, representative of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and MRS Holding Limited. The PENG directed its members to protest against alleged moves by the Dangote refinery to prevent its CNG tanker drivers from joining labor unions. And here in Rivers State, the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Alex Agwanwo, says the union is fully in solidarity with NUPENG as the nationwide strike begins today. Agwanwo told correspondent Soibi Ruari that the action is to press the federal government to address workers' welfare and the long-standing issues in the oil and gas sector.
So far as NSC in Rivers State is concerned, we stand on any position of the council, fighting against whatever that is opposing the welfare of our members. And what Dangote is doing right now is like trying to deprive the workers' rights in terms of freedom of association and to join the union of their choice. We're totally against it. We also are in solidarity with NUPENG and every other stakeholder to say that Dangote should abide by the laws of this country.
Mr. Agwanwo said the union will continue to monitor the level of compliance by members. He also stressed that the Trade Union Act gives NUPENG the sole responsibility to unionize workers in the industry.
So far as the oil and gas industry is concerned, NUPENG have been given the legitimate right, based on the Trade Union Act, to unionize all haulage truck drivers in terms of petroleum distribution and haulage. Dangote coming to say that NUPENG does not have that right or not to bring another association, which is not a union, because the Trade Union Act is clearly states those are supposed to, both association and unions, in terms of category, area of jurisdiction.
In the same vein, the NUPENG representative at the Port Harcourt Refinery Company, Uche Udenwa, said the strike will be suspended once the federal government intervenes and addresses the union's concerns.
It's going to be an indefinite one. If all the issues are met, the concerns of the union are met, it shouldn't last more than necessary. Then there will be no need to strike. You don't employ workers and then you want to form a union for them. If you are employing people within the oil and gas, they have to belong to NUPENG. You cannot create your own union, especially as an employer.
Mr. Nwa said in Port Harcourt the action is being enforced mainly at private depots. Away from the strike, the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISIEC, has appealed to all ad hoc staff who participated in the just concluded local government elections to exercise patience. The chairman of RISIEC, Dr. Michael Ode, in a statement made the appeal, saying the commission is working around the clock to verify the account details. Dr. Ode said that soon this will be concluded and their honoraria will be paid immediately. The chairman, Chief Electoral Commissioner of RISIEC, appreciated them for their patience and understanding. But while the commission is asking for patience, a chairmanship candidate in the just concluded local government elections, Denye Pepple, is threatening to challenge the tribunal over what he described as an outrageous 5 million naira security bond required before cases can be filed. Pepple made this known in an interview with correspondent Soibi Oruwari.
If they fail to revert to the normal statutory fees, accepting the petition before any other payment of any security deposit, then we are going to sue the tribunal. We'll petition them to NJC. We'll sue them to the High Court. We'll petition them to NJC. We are going to make use of every legal avenue open to us. Yeah, today, nothing is done. Tomorrow, we are going to sue the tribunal. I'm going to go on an ex parte injunction so that the court will hear it within 24 hours.
Pepple said the condition has made it difficult for many candidates to challenge the outcome of the polls.
The tribunal have placed a 5 million naira security bond, which is totally against the law. The Electoral Act that was amended is stipulated that a fee of not more than 5,000 should be paid as security bonds to take care of costs and weaknesses, not before the filing, but after the filing. But in this case, the tribunal have placed a gate to hinder candidates and deprive candidates of to clearance. So it's totally condemnable. Tribunal does not reverse that. We are going to sue the tribunal.
However, a Port Harcourt lawyer, Uche Olewune, Says a bond is a standard practice and is refundable at the end of the case.
Before you file a case in tribunal, there's this amount of money they normally provide for you to deposit with the tribunal. The essence of that money is for you to show that the person is really serious to pursue his case diligently. Because of that matter, if there are fines made against that person, those fines, they should collect that fine from that money already deposited with the tribunal. That's the essence of that money. At the end of the day, ultimately, that money is refunded back to the litigant. No fine imposed on the person in the course of the matter generally.
Olewune was quick to add, however, that similar complaints were raised during the last general elections.
In the last election, some of us shouted because the amount of money they fixed as deposit for filing petition was high then. So one expected that in the coming days, possibly in 2027, National Assembly and those concerned should, in fixing this amount of money, they should take into consideration that any amount that makes it difficult for an aspirant litigant to take his case to court is already a hindrance to the constitutional right of every citizen to go to court.
Meanwhile, another Labour Party candidate, Charles Ngotaria, is raising concern about the River State Electoral Commission's alleged refusal to release results of the last polls to other party candidates who contested in the poll. Speaking in an interview, Ngotaria said the development has deprived candidates of the opportunity to challenge the outcome at the election tribunal since no results were made available. He explained that although they have formally applied to RISIEC for the comprehensive results of the election, the Commission has yet to respond.
None of the party knows the result. They just only announced the winner and refused to announce the comprehensive result. Even when we approached them several times, they refused to. The party applied also, no way up till now. Ordinarily, we're not supposed to apply to get results of what result they have declared winner. If they don't have the collective result of every party that participated, how do they get winner? So it's really a troubling this thing, and nobody is able to apply in the tribunal because of this result.
He further lamented the challenges faced by opposition candidates at the tribunal, including the requirement to pay a 5 million naira security bond. According to him, the 5-day window given to political parties to file their petition also contradicts the 21 days provided by the law.
The place for every candidate that want to seek justice must pay a security bond of 5 million as an individual. So instead of the windows to apply for to file, it's supposed to be 21 days, but in this case they put it 5 days that ended on the day of public holiday, the last Friday. We are supposed to approach the judiciary to seek redress where necessary. We have a lot going by the facts on ground. APC is not even meant to be in the ballot.
We'll take a break. When we return, we tell you why the Emohua chairman is on the hunt for a notorious gang leader in Emohua. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The chairman of Emoha local government area, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, has placed a 2 million naira bounty on a wanted gang leader known as Cairo. Dr. Lloyd said Cairo and his gang have been behind several crimes and killings in Obele community. In July, the gang leader allegedly stormed a Council of Chiefs meeting in the area and shot dead the vice chairman, Chief Ferdinand Dabiri. During a visit to the community today, the council chairman urged security agencies to step up efforts to arrest Cairo and his gang so they can face prosecution.
Obele is a very, very important community to this state and the nation. But over the period now, we'll be having cases of killings and so on and so forth. We are going to take very drastic steps to stamp out criminality in Obele. We hear there is one Cairo that came here and killed Chief Dabrison. I'm placing a ransom of 2 million on him. I want him dead or alive. We must bring peace to this community. Imagine a whole community like this, deserted.
Correspondent Zemega Otuka reports that Dr. Lloyd also expressed concern that insecurity has forced many residents to flee Obele community.
A community like this cannot be deserted. So we are, as a council, the police will be charged, mobilized to get him and all the other persons who have hand one way or the other in the killing of Chief Dabrison. We must bring peace back here. Imagine the children. They can't go to school because some hoodlums are here terrorizing people. So under my watch, we will not allow that. No one individual will be bigger than government. We will not tolerate that. So these children will come back to school. We will come back almost immediately and fix their schools. Like Mama here, they are scattered all over. They can't even go to farm.
Meanwhile, an indigene of Obele, Festus Chimeka, has appealed for urgent intervention, saying economic activities in the community have been grounded and children are out of school.
Honestly, the kids are all at home. Parents don't let their children go to school because they are scared. Because of the hoodlums, because they have kids in Dabrison and they don't know who needs to be killed. So instead of going to school and be kid at school, you better have their children at home. Nobody going want to go to the classroom. But if you go to farm and their kid at farm, so where's the benefit? So better stay home and then begin to beg for money.
To governance matters, the chairman of Obiakpo local government area, Dr. Gift Walu, says his administration will digitize revenue collection to eliminate illegal levies. Speaking on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire today, Dr. Walu explained that residents will also be educated on the new system to ensure transparency.
We are working towards a digitization of our revenue collection system. That process is on. We get to a point where you don't need to talk to anybody. Nobody comes to you. The complaints about what is happening in communities, about people who want to develop and people are collecting charges, some of those things are legitimate, some are not legitimate. What we will do is that we will streamline all these things, know the ones that are legitimate, educate our people, including the chiefs and the youths and the CDCs and all of that.
Dr. Walu said an Obiakpo Information Center has been set up across multiple platforms to enable residents share advice, complaints, and suggestions with the government.
I want to inform Obiakpo people that we have set up the Obiakpo Information Center. We have set it up with different platforms through which people can reach the government of Obiakpo. Now, what this does for all of us is that our people can freely inform us. They can freely advise us. They can freely engage us. And we, in turn, will try to respond to all the questions, all the clarifications that they seek.
Still on local government of area, James A. the following persons to serve in key positions within the council. James, in a statement, said Godwin Jacob will serve as Chief of Staff, Wari Senibal Monday, Sotoye Maxwell as Chief Security Officer, Darlington Diri as Deputy Chief Security Officer, Benson Idahosa as Chief Press Secretary, Fubara Annabel Alabota as Deputy Press Secretary. Others are Ezekiel Wari Jaja as Chief Protocol Officer, Torunge Thursday Joseph as Deputy Chief Protocol Officer, Bestman Silas Dokubo as Special Advisor on Media Publicity. According to the statement, the appointees have been directed to assume duty with immediate effect. The Executive Chairman also congratulated the appointees and wished them success as they contribute to the peace, progress, and development of Opobonkoro local government area. And turning to environmental concerns, the River State Sole Administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibokata Ibaz, has launched a central working committee on flood emergency, preparedness, management, and control in Port Harcourt. Speaking at a sensitization campaign in Kana local government area, Ibaz, represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Environment, Allwell Okerenku, So the committee will be chaired by the Secretary to the State Governments, Professor Ibibia Lucky Warika. He explained that the move is a part of the government's proactive steps to address recurring floods that displace families, destroy farmlands, and disrupt livelihoods.
Rivers State, like many parts of Nigeria, has faced recurring flood challenges that disrupt communities, but with vulnerability comes the responsibility to prepare, adapt, and protect our people. The broader committee comprises the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the security agencies. When we plan ahead, the storm cannot sweep us away.
The Council administrator also said the state will begin enforcing environmental laws. He urged residents to help prevent flooding by clearing blocked drainages, avoiding construction on waterway, and paying attention to early signs.
Flood management cannot be achieved by government alone. It requires partnership between the public sector, whether as state or local governments. Floods are not new to us. For years, they have ravaged our communities. Your task is not merely to respond to disasters after they happen, but to anticipate the disaster areas, mitigate their impact.
Earlier, the head of operations, NEMA, River State, Mr. Eric Bodage, gave tips on how to manage flooding.
The volume of water that those waterways can take, if it's not well improved upon, you are going to have flooding. You don't need to block waterways. Open your water channels, you open your canals, you open your rivers, you dredge them, so that they can take more volume of water. You don't dump refuse in your waterways, you don't build on waterways. Then as a government, you still also need to improve those coping capacity that you have built for yourself. Make sure that every time you distribute these waterways, you open up channels, expand those channels, and dredge those waters. As a community member, you can't stop nature. Or peradventure that the water comes, please, you must leave the place immediately.
Meanwhile, the state of the economy, unnecessary levies have topped some of the concerns of parents in River State as public and private schools resume for the 2025-2026 academic session. Some of them who spoke to our correspondent said it is difficult to pay school fees and urged schools to be lenient with parents. Others appealed to the state government to ban unnecessary fees, among other things.
The expenses or the resumption is something that cannot be overemphasized because we are used to it. It's on the high side, and from my own discovery, it's as if all the private schools did an indoor meeting. Everywhere you go, there's an increase on fees and books, and it's either you pay or you look for another school. But the thing is, even that school you're looking for, there is still one bill waiting for you.
Government schools are different from private schools, so people need to make a choice. The private schools are not forcing you to come and pay school fees. You are the one who has chosen to go to a private school. You will do their bidding.
My appeal will be on the school to give the parents some time to enable them get back on their feet. I wish that everybody will enjoy a quick return back to school.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education this morning monitored resumption in some public schools. The permanent secretary described compliance on the first day as encouraging, noting that some teachers had already begun lessons. She urged parents to release their children, reminding them that the holidays are over.
As we visited some schools, I think the compliance is good. Like Community Secondary School Mokurushi, the students were there in the hall having their devotion. The teachers were all there. So it shows that they are really asked to start the school year to show that the teachers are up in their games and the students were there attentive to what the teacher is doing. So I say it's a good one. Parents, please release their children, their wards to go back to school. The holiday is over so that they can shape their careers.
The news continues after a break.
Congratulations!
Welcome back. On the international scene, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned residents of Gaza City to leave now. It comes hours after Israel said it will ramp up airstrikes on the enclave. Netanyahu said forces are now organizing and assembling in Gaza City for a ground maneuver. Israel is in the midst of a globally condemned operation to seize Gaza City and forcibly displace all of its residents south. On the news this evening, you heard the federal government and NUPENG are in a crucial meeting in Abuja. You heard the Rivers NLC has declared support for the NUPENG strike, saying it will monitor compliance. You also heard that RISIAC appeals to ad hoc staff for patience over payment. A Labour Party candidate is threatening court action over the 5 million naira tribunal bond. Emoha Local Government Council chairman has declared an alleged gang leader, Cairo, wanted. On the foreign scene, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned residents of Gaza City to leave now. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.